Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Eldritch Horror. And what can I say, the last video was a little strange because it wasn't exactly terribly bad, but we were really unlucky with the encounters. So basically we didn't make any progress except for the success here with this rumor of the white ship. But we still have to defeat Gatanothoa. Lily Chen is gonna try that. We have to defeat that Lang Spider, close the gate, and somehow manage to get 3 clue tokens on this unearthly piping mystery here. The Doom track just moved 1 space until now, so that's quite good. Here we have now 2 Eldritch tokens. If the third one will be in there, we have to flip this card. Don't know how bad that's gonna be. Okay. So let's continue now. Let me see what I'm gonna do. Who's gonna start that? I think Marie Lambeau is gonna start. Now she has a little problem with that witch here, because it says if you fail the will test, gain a cursed condition. Now that's something we definitely want to avoid. So I think because my will is not that great, only a 2, I don't want to take any risk here. So I'm simply going to move here, then move to Tokyo, try to get rid of her, and then move back. I think that's probably the best I can do. So I'm going to simply travel twice. I can do that because of her special ability, and that's it. I'm afraid I cannot travel a 3rd time, because this is an action. Perform an action you have already performed this round, but you cannot perform the same action twice. So I think I cannot perform her personal action a 2nd time. So overall it comes probably down to the situation that she can do an action twice per round, but not a 3rd time. So she cannot be activated by Charlie Kane to travel to Tokyo, for example. That's how I read this. Okay, anyway, now it's Lily, and well, she's gonna prepare for travel here, get a ship ticket, and then move 1, 2 spaces. Should I really risk that? I mean, there's still... it's a little tough. I mean, I'm not sure if I want that. I could try to recover for 1 more turn, but that's pretty risky. I think I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna try to fight that that epic monster there. Although I'm not in a perfect condition. Now then it's him, and he is really doing well. He's got tons of stuff, lots of equipment. He's a little low with sanity, but still. So what is he gonna do? First of all, he's gonna get a focus, and then he tries to get this Lodge Researcher here. With an influence of 2, he can do this personal action here. And he didn't make it. Okay, no big deal. And now it's Charlie. He's here at Buenos Aires. He's a little bit in trouble because of these 2 conditions. So first, what I'm going to try is probably would be a good idea to try to get rid of one of these conditions at least. So okay, well, first of all, I will allow Lily an action. And I will allow her to read De Vermis Mysteries. So we're going to roll 2 dice here. And it would be awesome if she would be successful, because then she could improve her willpower, which will be pretty important against the that one here, Gatanathoa. So let's hope for the best here. And she made it. Now that is absolutely amazing, because this allows her, as I said, to improve her a skill of her choice. She has to pay a sanity for that. And then, because of a special ability, when you improve a skill, you may immediately improve that skill again. She has now a will of 5. That is just so great. Okay. Now Charlie has now his second action. What is he going to do? He could try to get rid of one of these conditions. Okay, he's going to do that. He's going to rest. Get a sanity, and then roll for the paranoia condition. And he didn't make it. That's sad. That is sad. But okay, well. Then we come to the encounter phase. And we start with Marie. So she's over here and she has a city encounter. You step forward to protect an innocent bystander from a gang of thugs. Not a great idea with a strength of 2. Not sure if that is so fantastic. Well, okay. Let's try it. We didn't make it. If you fail, the gang delivers a beating to you as well. Lose 1 health and get an internal injury condition. Okay. Not that great. Okay, there we go. The internal injury. Next it's Lily, and now this is going to be interesting. She's going to fight that sucker. So we have to do a will check first, which is not so easy. This thing has a horror of 3, but now we have a will of 5. Plus 1 because of the protective amulet. So that's 6. Let's hope for a few successes here. That was awesome. We got 3 successes. That's just absolutely amazing. And it's important because it says, when resolving the strength test, roll 1 fewer die for each sanity you lost from the test, from the horror test. So we didn't lose anything here. That means now we can fight. We have a strength of 4. Plus 2 for the dagger. That brings me to a 6. Now, I also have this Azure Flame. Each 6 you roll when resolving a test during a combat encounter counts as 2 successes. Okay, so let's hope if we roll the same as we just did now, we would have already killed that thing. But let's see. Well, that's not bad. 2 successes, and this is a 6, so that's an additional success. 3 successes with the first roll. That is definitely good. Okay. Yep, there we go. Neat. Okay. And now it's Leo. Let's hope he's doing also good. He needs now to pass this this horror check, and he always failed there during the last video. So let's hope this time he's going to do a little better. We got a 3 in will. We got the Vatican missionary, which gives him a +1. Shouldn't be so hard to be successful. Come on. He needs 2 successes. He's got a focus and he can reroll 1 die. Holy shit. Oh man. So we can reroll 1 of these dice, and that's another 4. Great. Okay, forget it. Well, we can still reroll another one, because otherwise we would be insane. The silver key, but first we're gonna burn the focus. Oh boy. Now it's the silver key. If we don't make it, we're insane. Great. Oh, lucky. We made it. 1 success out of 7. Awesome. Okay. So we lose 1 sanity, and that's it. Turn ends. This guy is so bad. I mean, really, he's a complete coward. I don't know what else I can give to him to help him somehow. Maybe these gambler's dice. I think that's probably a solution. I mean, I could simply give him the whole deck. Maybe then he has a chance to do it. Oh man. Now it's him, and he has to face an encounter in Buenos Aires. You find a hidden altar to Dagon. The police are eager to destroy the shrine, so you quickly study the sigils before they're removed. Well, he's not that good in lore, but he can try it anyway. And he made it. Now that's cool. If you pass, gain 1 ritual spell. Very good. Okay, so he also ended up with a banishment spell. And then we have to draw the Mythos card. Okay. So that's another good one. And first, this one moves here now, and because this idiot is not able to close that gate, the Doom token will move on. We have a monster search, which sucks, of course. So he'll be confronted now with 2 more monsters. The Child of the Goat. Now let's see how bad this is. Okay, not so bad actually. And Occultist. Okay, that shouldn't be a big deal. Even for him. Then we can spawn clue tokens. 2. The first one in Tokyo. And the second one in Arkham. Okay. And then we got support of the church. You hang your head in exhaustion and frustration. You jump suddenly when a hand rests on your shoulder. To your relief, you turn to find the local priest. Have faith, my child, he tells you. Your good works have not gone unseen. Your brave acts are making a difference. The lead investigator gains a blessed condition. Now that would be her. And that's interesting because that might actually allow her now to attack the witch. Because if she gets cursed, it's not so terribly bad now. We'll see about that. Okay, there we go. Blessed. That is very good. Fine. Let's move on. So, what can we do? She has an amazingly high influence value. So she might actually considering maybe trying to get this bounty hunter or the lodge researcher. But the bounty hunter might be even better. So, I'm allowed to take 5 blessed dice. These beautiful blue ones here. Well, actually, they're not that beautiful, but whatever. And, well, we have 3 successes. That's pretty awesome. That gives us the bounty hunter. And I think I'm going to take her and not the lodge researcher. Yeah. I mean, we already have the arcane manuscripts. Still, it's an additional die. What about the gambler's dice? I mean, honestly, I think I want to give the gambler's dice to him. So, yeah, I think that's cool. I'm gonna take this bounty hunter. That's a spirit dagger. That's cool. A magical weapon. Very good. And then she travels here to Sydney. Now, it's Lily. Well, obviously she's going to stay there. She's going to focus. And then she's going to read again in De Vermis Mysteriis. And, well, wait a second. I'm not going to focus. No, I'm not going to focus. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my special action. And I'm going to move... I'm going to spend 2 number of health and then gain 2 sanity. I can do that because of my spend any number of health or sanity, then recover an equal number of health or sanity. And now I'm going to read in De Vermis Mysteriis. And where are the dice? Here. Use my 2 lore. Ah, shit. I didn't make it. That's sad. I wanted to improve my combat strength. But okay, it's that's okay, I guess. Leo. Well, same procedure as every day. A focus. I cannot rest, which is a problem. He only has 1 sanity left. It sucks. Okay, anyway, what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to gain an ally again. So we roll 2 dice, and we have a success. Now we can take the Lodge Researcher. Holy moly, this is getting ridiculous, but... okay. And an Arcane Scholar. Well, that's cool. So, who's next? Charlie. What is he gonna do? Good question. So I think okay, he's gonna try to buy, for example, the Gambler's Dice. I don't think... actually, Leo Anderson shouldn't need them. It's ridiculous. He is so strong. And it's just bad luck, you know? I mean... but anyway, I'm gonna try to get these dice. Okay, that's only 1 success, but... what we can do is... well, I can be happy with that success. That's also an option. And yeah, I'm going to take this Lavish Feast card with that 1 success. And I'm going to give it to Leo. So he recovers 2 health and 2 sanity. That's pretty important because his health is pretty down. And by the way, again, I forgot to roll an additional dice with him because he's at the wilderness. But, well... I doubt that it would have made a difference. He's so unlucky. Okay, so that's 5. Yeah, so he gains also another sanity, another health, and 2 sanity. That brings him up to 3 at least. So, and then I think what I'm going to do is... again, I want to try to get rid of one of these conditions. So I'm going to... simply rest and roll a die. And shit, again I didn't make it. Bad luck. The encounter phase. Let's hope for something good now. It could be now a very interesting encounter phase. If we're doing well, we could be able to be successful with all 3 people. And yeah, that would be just awesome. So we have that witch here. That's not going to be so easy for her, but she's blessed. So, let's see. She's got a -1. She's got to do a -1 will test. Well, she is only at 1 now, which is not good. But she can roll a blue die. Let's hope for the best. And she blew it. Shit, but that's not so terribly bad. She loses this blessed condition. That's sad. Still, at least she's not cursed. So, and now we have to fight. Okay, let's see. We can use the Storm of Spirits. When resolving a combat encounter, you may resolve a lore test in place of the strength test, using the same test modifier. So we have a -1 modifier. We have 3 lore and the Mystic Bounty Hunter. So we have 5. That means we got 4. Well, let's see. Oh shit! I don't believe that. Fuck that. That is a problem because now I'm in some real trouble. I'm gonna burn a clue token here. Damn. I need to do at least 1 damage. Come on. Yes! Ha! I did it. So that was worth it. Okay, so I managed to kill the witch. That was close. If I hadn't killed her, I had to go through this again, but then the will test would be really painful and I probably could not have done that. Oh man. So now we can try to close the gate here in Sydney. Let's hope for the best. Goes to the Great Hall of Celiano. The book you are looking for is not on its proper shelf. You search the surrounding area, but after long hours you have lost the will to keep searching. Okay, so that means we have to do a will test here. Well, it should be possible, but not like this. You cannot find the book, but perhaps you unknowingly already have the information you need. You may spend 1 clue to close this gate. If you do not spend the clue, you become delayed. Shit. Yeah, now we have not enough clues. That's the point. So, well, I will become delayed, I guess. Yeah, I cannot afford to... I cannot afford to spend that clue. So, well, a little bad luck here. But at least I managed to get rid of the witch, so I can try it next turn again. Okay, now Lily. She now can roll 6 dice as a horror check. And she's got, sadly, only 1 success. That's not so great. That means she loses 2 sanity, which is a little painful. And that also means she can only roll 4 dice when trying to kill that thing. But a 6 would be really helpful here. Well, that's only 1 hit. That's not so great. So she's at 4 now. Well, at least. It's not so terribly bad. But wait a second. 1 hit? I think that means... Yeah, we also take a wound. Okay. And there's nothing else we can do, huh? Nope. Well, bad luck. Okay. And now, hey, once again, Leo Anderson. By the way, oh, we got a holy spear. Now that's pretty awesome. I forgot to refill that. That's a great one. Okay. So, Leo Anderson, once again, on his ridiculous challenge, but Okay, first he's gonna do the cultist here. So the cultist has a horror of, well, of 3 actually. Whew. That sucks. Yep. So that is pretty bad. I wonder if I should do him right at the beginning. Okay, we start with the child of the goat actually. I think she's the least dangerous. We don't have to do a horror check, that's cool. So the fighting shouldn't be a big problem here. We've got a strength of 3 plus 4, so that's 7. We need a single success. Okay, no problems. So this thing is gone. And now I'm not absolutely sure. I'm not absolutely sure what to do. Oh, wait a second. I think... No. Okay. I'm gonna start trying to defend this spider, to defeat this spider. So I gotta do the horror test once again. 5 dice. I need 2 successes. No, it's not 5 dice, it's 4 dice. Okay, we got 1. That's a start. Now we can reroll once because of the Vatican missionary. Great. We can spend a focus token. Oh, wait a second. Before we do that, now I won't forget. I'm on a wilderness space, so I can roll an additional die. Okay, now I can spend a focus token and roll a second time. Okay, great. So then I'm gonna do the silver key. I'm gonna use that. Okay, awesome. That's so great. Man, this guy, I don't know. I simply don't get it. So again, he's gonna lose 1. He won't have any more encounters, and we can do this for the rest of the game. I mean, hey, why not? It's just cool. So I'm gonna give him, in the next turn, the gambler's dice with Charlie. And, well, maybe then he might have a chance. Okay. Charlie, well, he's got an encounter again in Buenos Aires. Let's see what happens here. Well, actually, I decided to take one of these general encounters. He doesn't really need spells, so maybe we find something good here. The shop is robbed while you are browsing. You attempt to fend off the thieves. Not a good idea, I guess. We only have a strength of 2, and that was just amazing. You lose 1 health and discard 1 item possession. Okay, we don't have any items, so we only lose a health, which is not so terribly bad. And the Mythos card. Well, okay. This thing moves on. Doomtrack moves 1 space ahead. And I tell you why, because this sucker doesn't get along on here at the pyramids. Otherwise he could have been easily here and whatever. I had such great plans with him, and he simply doesn't make it. Okay, so what happens? Yeah, we need... There are gonna be 2 new monsters there now, because there's a monster search. So there is a cultist here, and the Shan. If you lose sanity from the will test, advance doom by 1 unless you spend 1 clue. Well, okay. Not great, but should be possible to defeat this guy. So, let's see. We gotta spawn 2 clues. Okay, that's an 11. That's here. And a 2. So that is... where is that? Oh, I see. That would be right there, actually. So now basically all the clues are here. That's kind of strange. Blood flows. Strong grease, the old man told you. You've been wearing the pouch around your neck ever since New Orleans. You wanted to spill blood for you, he drawled. You has to spill your blood for the grease. Okay. The lead investigator discards 1 monster of his choice and loses health equal to its toughness. Now that's cool. That might finally allow us to discard that sucker. I mean, okay, we would lose 3 health. And honestly, you know, but still, I want to do that. I mean, okay, yeah, I'm going to do that. So that will cost me 3 health, which is pretty painful. But I simply got to do this. Get rid of the spider. That's a little sad, actually. I really wanted revenge, but it makes no sense, you know. It would be just so stupid not to do it. So, yeah, here we go. Spider goes away. And it was a pretty good card, actually. Now let's do one last turn in this video. So, the only thing she can do is she's delayed, so now she's fit again. Lily, well, she won't do too much either. Basically, she's going to take a focus action, try to read in De Vermis Mysteriis. It's a little risky, though. No, that's such a great idea. It would cost me a sanity. So I think I'm not gonna do that. Otherwise I might go insane in the next turn. I don't want to risk that. Okay. So, well, but I don't know what else to do, actually. It's a little sad. Probably won't do anything. I'm not allowed to rest because I'm with the monster in the same space. So there's basically nothing else I can do. Leo! Idiot. Well, he's gonna try to get another ally. And this time he makes it. Okay, he's got a real entourage here now. The Arcane Scholar. And a museum curator. You may reroll 1 die when resolving a test during an expedition encounter or a mystic ruins encounter. Also, pretty good card. And then he's going to focus. So, and then it's Charlie. So what is he doing? Well, I think first of all, he's going to try to well, he's definitely going to try to buy some stuff. Let's see what we get. That's a single success. Still, that's pretty awesome. I think I'm going to take a bank loan And then, well, could either take the gambler's dice. They're pretty awesome. You roll a minimum of 2 dice when resolving tests. Once per round, you may reroll 2 dice with matching results when resolving a test. So that is definitely amazing, and I think I want to give that either to Leo or to Lily. I'm not absolutely sure. They're both very good and very strong. I mean, let's give it to Leo. He's got to take a few horror checks, so, and he only has 1 sanity left, no 2. So I think it might be a good idea if Leo takes the gambler's dice. And then we got to do an influence check. Well, first we're going to see what comes up. Research student. And then we can do the influence check here to see if we can get rid of this depth condition. Shouldn't be such a big deal. Yeah, okay, no problems here. Okay, let's go to the encounter phase. It's Marie again. She tries to close that gate. To the underworld. You find yourself surrounded by ghouls. However, they don't seem to be antagonistic toward you. In fact, you believe that you could persuade them to help you. Okay, so she's got a influence of 5. That's a pretty good chance that she can make it here. And yeah, she's got 2 successes. The ghouls direct you into the Tower of Koth in the city of the Gooks. As you ascend the tower stairs, an enormous gook chases after you. The sound of the monstrosity rattles your nerves. So now she's got to take a will test with 2 dice. That's not so easy. And she made it! 2 successes! How awesome is that? If you pass, close this gate. Yeah, that's how you do it. Okay. So, that gate is gone. We're going to discard a spell, and it's going to be that one. Plump the Void. And we're going to discard a clue token and place it here on that mystery. Very, very good. Lily. Now let's see if she manages to kill that bitch. We got a 5. Yep. There we go. And a 6. Yeah. No problems. 3 successes. That should be now definitely good enough. She needs to do 2 damage. So she's got 6, let's see. These are 6 dice, huh? Strength 4. Yeah, she's got 6 dice. And that's good. These are 8 damage. Holy moly. Okay, that was just great. So, Gatanothoa is dead. That is absolutely amazing. She can do the genealogy research. When you defeat a monster with toughness 2 or more during a combat encounter, you may examine the creature's remains. Okay, so that's an observation of 2. And she made that also easily. If you pass, gain 2 clues and discard this card. Very good. Now that was absolutely amazing. And I think actually she now could also, after fighting the monster, she could try to get this clue token. And that's what she does. I mean, there is no reason not to. She's at sea. The sea oracle will reveal a path to you. Oops. If you can match her wits. So she's got to do a lore test. She's not that good here, but let's see. She also made this. If you pass, she shows you visions of the places you might go. Gain this clue. And you may shuffle the Mystic Ruins Encounter deck. Wow, cool. So in addition, this is gone. Do we want to shuffle the Encounter deck? Not sure actually. I'm quite happy there. That it's in Shanghai. That's okay, I guess. Okay. What else? Well, let's see. Leo, of course. Well, now he has to fight the cultist, and now the cultist has 3 horror. That's not so great. Leo needs at least 2 successes, otherwise he's insane, and we know how bad he's doing. But, I mean, he now has the gambler's dice. Shouldn't be so hard, actually. So he has 5 dice, will 3, plus 1, plus the wilderness. Okay. Okay, that's at least 1 success. Now he can re-roll. Oh shit. Shit, I don't remember what I rolled. I gotta do that again. Because if there were doubles, I could have rolled... Let's do that again. Okay, well that's enough. I was lucky. I think I wasn't cheating here because, you know, I simply forgot it, and I think that's okay. And I rolled the success too. So we got 3 successes here, and that means all we have to do is now kill the cultist, and that shouldn't be such a big deal. The cultist has... Oh, actually the horror was only 2. Whatever. The cultist has now a toughness of 3. That means we have a strength of 3 plus 4, that's 7, plus 1 because of the wilderness is 8. Oops. Oh gosh. You don't believe that. Oh, holy shit. Okay, at least we can re-roll these 2 dice because of the gambler's dice. That's a 6. Now 6 gives him 2 successes. Yep, because of the shotgun. So that's at least a start. Then I'm going to use my focus and try another one. Maybe I'm lucky again. I only need a success. Come on, I can do that. Oh boy. Anything else I can do? Yeah. I got the hired muscle. I can reroll this die again. Oh shit. I got my silver key. I'm going to reroll that die again. Holy moly. Yeah, okay. No way here. Didn't make it. Oh shit. This is unbelievable. Let's be honest, I think Leo couldn't do worse if he was cursed. It is so bad. He's doing so terribly bad. But at least 2 hits against the cultist. Okay. He simply doesn't manage to do this. It's horrible. And it's now him, Charlie, He draws again a general encounter in a city. The police ask for your help in investigating a series of ritual killings. We had that before. The grisly crime scenes threaten to overwhelm you with chills and nausea. I think actually he had that encounter before, but he made it last time. But this time was just too tough. If you fail, you can't endure the horror, lose 2 sanity. Well, he still has 4 left. Okay, well, what about this turn? Mixed feelings. This guy, he really starts pissing me off. I mean, honestly. Look at his equipment, at his allies, and he simply does not make it. That's unbelievable. Whatever. Now, let's draw the next Mythos card. Okay, that is another good card. Now this time luck is actually on our side, I think. So this thing moves on. That means the Doom track moves on. It's on 9. It shouldn't be so bad, actually. I mean, we still have some time. Now this whole stuff is triggered, and that could be now a problem. Let's see the order in which this will happen. Now we start with the monsters on the board. I think we had something. Yeah, this guy, the Shen. Discard the nearest clue. Okay, that's not so terribly bad. There are lots of clues on the board. Then, after the monsters, it's the Mythos cards in play. There's nothing happening. The possessions and conditions. Now it's this Azure Flame thing. We gotta test. We gotta test our lore, and that's no success. So we flip this card. The flames burn you severely. Lose 2 health unless you discard this card. Okay, I'm gonna discard that. I've done my job up here, so I think it's fine. So, what's next? Mysterious Idol. So maybe he can heal a sanity. That would be very useful. And yes, he can. He's got a success here after his observation test, after his will test. So he gains another sanity. That's just good. Now he has to do an observation test for his hunted condition. He's got an observation of 3, and he easily made that. The will test is going to be a little harder. He only has a 2 here, and he blew it. Now let's see what happens with the paranoia condition. Violent outbursts. You felt the anger coiled up inside of you for such a long time. You just can't control it any longer. You lash out at anyone near you. Each other investigator on your space loses 2 health, and you discard 1 ally asset. Well, that sucks. We gotta give away the personal assistant. Yeah. Well, bad luck. Okay, and finally we got the internal injury of Marie, and that might also be a problem. She only has 2 strength, but she made it, luckily. What about the mysterious idol? Well, observation. And she also made it, so that gives her another clue token. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I think that was okay overall. We got to spawn a gate. Let's see what we get. A gate in Tokyo. That's okay. She can move there right away. Let's see what monster shows up. A flying polyp. Holy shit. That's a pretty big deal. Move this monster to the nearest space containing a gate. That's a little weird. So does that monster move around or will it stay there? I don't know actually. But I know one thing, it's going to be extremely hard to kill that. Great. I think it's going to stay there until it is defeated, and that's going to be pretty tough. Rally the people. After the noise and violence is over, one of the shopkeepers peers out from the shuttered windows. Amazed to see you alive, he opens the window and calls out, "Is it over? Are we safe?" You wave to let him know that everything's fine. The lead investigator gains one random LA acid from the deck. Well, that's cool. Well, okay. We ended up with a conspiracy theorist. He's pretty awesome. +2 observation during research encounters. I think research encounters are these encounters here. And if it's triggered, roll a die on a 4, 5, or 6, gain 1 clue. So that's definitely good. So with this mysterious idol, I'm pretty sure she won't get out of clues too soon. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. I think basically we could have done a little better, but it's not too bad. I mean, we managed to close the gate here in Sydney and to bring the second clue token here on the mystery. We managed to defeat this monster here, which is just awesome. And so that allows her now also to be a little more flexible. And so what does that mean for us? What are the next steps we're going to take? Okay, so he's got a banishment spell. That's pretty cool. What's the nearest space if, let's say, he uses that spell? That's a 1. That's not so great. We could move with him to Sydney. That's not a big deal. That's possible. Then Marie could trade, take the spell, use it, and try to banish the flying polyp. No big deal. And then Lily I don't know. But Lily might either move to Shanghai. I mean, she doesn't have a spell, so she cannot close the gate and try to and spend a clue. That's a little sad. But she could, for example, move to Shanghai, maybe visit the Great Wall of China. That would be an option. And obviously, he's once more trying to somehow kill the cultists there, and maybe one day close that gate, maybe do the expedition, and then we have another gate here at Istanbul. This is the basic idea. I think we're still doing fine. We have really powerful investigators, very well equipped. So it should be possible somehow to do this. Okay. So, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.